Welcome back to Rare Coin Legacy, the place where ordinary pocket change turns into unbelievable treasure stories, and where today we dive deep into one of the most shocking and controversial claims in modern numismatics, the 2012 1-cent coin rumored to be worth up to $10 million. A story that sounds impossible at first glance, yet becomes fascinatingly believable once you understand how minting errors, production mistakes, metal anomalies, and ultra-rare circumstances can transform a simple modern penny into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. And as you settle in, imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a coin you have ignored for years, and realizing it could change your life forever, because the 2012 Lincoln cent, struck by the billions and still circulating today, hides within it the potential for astronomical value when certain extraordinary conditions align. Starting with the way modern pennies are made, and how even a tiny deviation in that process can multiply value beyond imagination. Since in 2012 the United States Mint was producing cents using zinc cores coated in a thin layer of copper, a process that requires extreme precision, exact metal composition, controlled pressure, perfectly aligned dies, and flawless planchets, and when any part of that system fails, the result can be an error coin that collectors will fight over, sometimes paying staggering sums for the right example, especially when that error is unique, dramatic, and confirmed by professional grading services. And the first major factor that pushes a 2012 penny into million-dollar territory is the possibility of a wrong planchet error, which occurs when a coin is struck on a metal disc intended for a completely different denomination or even a foreign coin. And although rare in modern times due to improved quality control, these mistakes still happen. And a 2012 penny struck on a bronze planchet, a silver planchet, or even a planchet intended for a dime, quarter, or foreign currency could instantly become one of the rarest modern errors ever discovered, especially if the metal composition is completely wrong for the year, such as a pre-1982 copper planchet mistakenly fed into a 2012 press, which would result in a penny weighing significantly more than normal and immediately setting off alarms among collectors. And when a coin like that is verified, documented, and proven to be authentic, its value skyrockets, not just because of the error itself but because it challenges what we think we know about modern minting controls. And another possibility that fuels the $10 million valuation is the existence of a double denomination error, an incredibly rare event where a coin is struck first as one denomination and then restruck as another, meaning a 2012 penny could show clear traces of another coin's design beneath the Lincoln cent details, such as partial outlines of a dime, nickel, or even a foreign coin, creating a visual mystery that captivates the numismatic world. And if such an error exists for 2012, especially in pristine condition, it would be considered unique or nearly unique, a status that alone can justify 7-figure or even 8-figure valuations at elite auctions, because wealthy collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, prestige, and the right to own something no one else can. And then there are die errors, which play a massive role in modern error coin values, including double dies, where the coin's design appears doubled due to misalignment during the die creation process. And while minor doubling is common and often worthless, a dramatic double die with bold, clearly separated lettering and date, especially on the obverse showing Lincoln's profile and the year 2012, could be one of the most desirable modern varieties ever found, particularly if the doubling affects multiple design elements and is not machine doubling but true hub doubling, which collectors prize far more. And when such a coin is paired with immaculate condition, full original luster, and sharp details, the value climbs rapidly, especially if only one or two examples are known. And beyond doubling, there are off-center strikes, where the coin is struck partially off the planchet, leaving blank space and sometimes revealing the rim or even part of the unstruck metal. And while many off-center coins are common and relatively affordable, a perfectly dramatic off-center 2012 penny that still shows the full date and mint mark can command enormous premiums, and if combined with another error such as a broad strike, where the collar fails and the coin spreads outward unnaturally, the rarity multiplies, and it is the combination of errors, not just a single mistake, that often pushes coins into legendary prize territory. And speaking of mint marks, the 2012 penny was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia and Denver, and any error tied specifically to a single mint, especially if internal mint records suggest it should not exist, becomes even more valuable because collectors love anomalies that contradict official production data. And this is where speculation about a $10 million 2012 penny really takes off, because rumors persist within collector circles about experimental strikes, test planchets, or unauthorized metal compositions being accidentally released into circulation, something the mint has historically denied, but which past discoveries have proven possible, such as transitional errors where the mint switches materials or processes and a small number of coins slip through incorrectly. And if in 2012 there was any experimental metal testing, even briefly, and a penny was struck using that material and released, it would instantly become one of the most important modern U.S. coins ever discovered, especially if laboratory analysis confirms a unique alloy not used in regular production. And then, there are striking errors involving multiple strikes, where a coin is struck more than once in misaligned positions, creating ghost images, overlapping designs, and chaotic visuals that make the coin look almost surreal. And while multi-struck coins exist, a dramatically misaligned multi-struck 2012 penny with clear, bold impressions and minimal damage could be a centerpiece item at any major auction, especially if the strikes occurred while the coin was still in the collar, preserving its shape and detail. And another factor that cannot be ignored is condition, because condition is king in numismatics, and a 2012 era penny graded at the highest levels, such as MS68, MS69, or even theoretically MS70 by a top grading service, would be nearly unheard of. And when rarity meets perfection, the value curve becomes exponential, not linear, meaning a coin that might be worth thousands in average condition can be worth millions in flawless condition. And this is particularly true for modern coins, where collectors expect perfection and pay enormous premiums for it. And adding to this is the psychological factor of modern rarity, because many collectors believe that all valuable modern errors have already been found. So when something extraordinary appears from a recent year like 2012, it shocks the market and ignites bidding wars, as collectors scramble to secure a piece that defies expectations and beyond physical errors. Provenance plays a crucial role, because a coin with a documented discovery story, such as being found in pocket change, a bank roll, or a sealed mint bag, carries a narrative that adds intangible value. And if a 2012 penny with extraordinary errors were discovered by an ordinary person and verified publicly, it would become a media sensation, further driving its value upward as collectors and investors alike seek to own a piece of that story. And investment potential cannot be overlooked, because high-end numismatics has become a serious alternative investment market, with ultra-wealthy individuals diversifying portfolios through rare coins. And a unique or nearly unique modern error like a $10 million 2012 penny would fit perfectly into that niche.